It's like, of course, if you get like, if you get big enough and yada yada, yeah, sure, you can go for that kind of aesthetic and like get better like equipment. But just come from experience, like better equipment doesn't mean better quality.
Holy shit, no.
Yeah, right.
No.
Yeah. Because like I made the mistake of buying, because I was doing Loud Bitches in the Box with Kevin Light and Sasha Supernault, and then I bought, because I went on YouTube and I was like, best podcasting equipment out there, and at the time it was the Rodecaster Pro.
Oh yeah.
And so I got one of those because I was just like young and dumb, and I was just like, I'm gonna buy this because I want to do a good podcast. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then I just got it, and I've never turned it on. I've never used it once. I have no idea what the fuck it does. It's literally in my office, like collecting dust.
That was like the biggest thing I like learned from film school was like,
yeah,
they were like, before you buy anything, they were like, write something good.
Yeah.
Don't get a single piece of gear until like you've written something cool, because like, yeah, you could have all the shit in the world, and then if you write the most boring or like embarrassing script on the planet, it doesn't matter.
Well, that's like the lesson you learned from watching The Room, because that's what happened to him.
Yeah.
He bought all that equipment, he bought all that production,
Yeah.
and money then turned to shit because like it just wasn't good.
He was a maniac.
Yeah.
If do a personality test before you try to make it. If you're
Yeah.
insane,
like try to figure out if you're good, like if you're interesting, you know what I mean, or just write better. Like,
well, that also I do like though. I don't like when movies try to be bad.
Yeah.
There's a magic behind like people who are totally out to lunch thinking they're doing something like.
Yeah, I find that like scary movies almost went to that juncture of like they were trying to be bad because they were getting bad, rather than just like being bad, just having fun. Because I think that's the difference between a movie having fun and being bad, and then people find solace in that.
Yeah.
But then if movies are trying to be bad but not having fun, then that's where like you differ.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
It's like there's nothing to like connect with when it's when it's like planned.
Yeah, like planned shittiness almost. Because like I find that if you watch a movie that's bad but they're having fun, you can see them having fun.
Yeah.
Then it turns into like this thing where like it reminds you of when you were a kid having fun with your friends, like goofing around. And stuff. Like that's cool, that's fun.
That should rule.
Yeah. But then like I don't even know what movie was trying to be bad for being bad. I just remember
Sharknado.
Oh yeah, Sharknado.
There's nothing.
But then also that one movie where it was like Drake Bell was in it. He was pretending to be a superhero.
Oh damn!
It was called like the Green something. I don't know. But that was bad, and like they try to make it bad, and I was like, they're not having fun though. They're like, the problem is like the actors are taking it seriously, but the script's supposed to be like bad.
Yeah.
And then you get this really weird corniness to it.
Yeah.
Like you should like talk to them, be like, hey, don't try so hard. Like have a good time. You know?
I think all the best like movies and shit comes from. It's like stand up, I guess. It's sort of like lightning in a bottle where everyone's on the same page.
Yeah.
Like, Russ Meyer was really good at that. You ever seen any of his movies?
No.
They're sick. He was like this, exploitation film director in the 50s and 60s. And, he did like Faster Pussycat, Kill Kill. And all of his movies are just like, you can tell no one takes it like too seriously.
Yeah.
And it's super fun.
That's sick.
He's sick. There was this interview with him where he made, Beyond the Valley of the Dolls.
Yeah.
Which was a sequel to a movie. That movie was written by Roger Ebert, by the way.
Oh, cool.
It was like one of the only movies he wrote. And, it was a sequel to Valley of the Dolls, which like wasn't it. And then, Russ Meyer directed it, and then they showed it to the, like, ratings board, and they gave it an X rating. And he was pissed. He was like, if I knew it was going to get an X rating, I would have put, like, way more tits in it. He was like, fuck. Like he was gunning for R. And he was mad.
That reminds me of the movie or the series, was it, The Evil Dead?
Oh yeah.
Cause like that movie like was really good, but then it started going into like the more comedic and stuff.
Yeah.
And I find like that was because they were just having fun with it.
Yeah.
You know, like it started like this really serious, horrific movie, and then it went to like comedy, and then like a genre of comedy and seriousness, which gave it like character, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it was enough taking it seriously, enough not taking it seriously, cause like everyone was in on what was going on.
Yeah.
Right?
I think my theory is that if you're not like completely insane, you shouldn't take yourself too seriously.
Yeah.
And if you are completely insane, you should take yourself 100% seriously. Never joke around.
The hard part though, you don't know, like if you're actually insane, you wouldn't know it. That's the problem. Because like you're just delusional.
Yeah, that's really good stuff though. Like Lars von Trier movies. Like
I've seen those. I need to write, you should, if you don't mind, you should give me like a list of movies to watch.
Hell yeah.
Directors, movies to watch, because I'm always looking for those. Right now I'm like studying, Robert Downey Jr.'s dad, so like,
oh yeah.
Yeah. He's a filmmaker, like I didn't know until I saw a documentary about him, and then I was watching some of his movies, like holy shit, this is like my thing, like I love this fucking shit.
Swope?
I haven't seen that, but I saw the one where like, I forget what the name is, but like, these people pretend to be like dogs in jail cells and things like that.
Yeah.
And then I saw this like Black Movement movie, and that was really cool. And I was like, holy fuck, like this guy just like makes movies just to make movies, and I really love that shit. You know, cause like I haven't found, he's the first like director that I saw that I was like kind of moved by, you know, cause I haven't found it, like I know the big directors like Tarantino, like Anderson, like those guys, but they never really moved me. Like they make good movies, but like none of it was just like, whoa, I want to be a filmmaker. Like, you know, none of it like moved me. I was just like, this is really well done, and like I would like to dissect the movies and things like that. But it was just like for studying's sake. It wasn't like an awe moment.
It's like homework.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, because like it's hard to watch a movie without trying to figure out what it's about in like the end.
Yeah,
like I'm always like thinking about like why they did that and why they did this, and like I'm figuring out like who's gonna die, who's not gonna die, like who's gonna get together, who's gonna fuck. Like I'm always like figuring these things out without like really thinking about it.
You know what I say? I say fuck the homework. If you're like, that's why like I haven't watched like any of like Wes Anderson's latest movies, because it's like I don't want to, and just based on that, it's like I'm not gonna get really anything out of it. I don't care to see the French Dispatch. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Do you find that like you get in that mode too because you went to film school and like you're into that shit, that like it's hard for you not to study a film when you watch it?
I just like, I don't know. I have like a...
But here's the thing, I do enjoy it though.
Yeah.
I want to say that, like I do enjoy studying the film, but like I haven't watched a movie that I was like, I had to stop studying because I was too into it.
Yeah. That's a lot of, I don't know. Sometimes, most of the time when I've been big on like being like sort of mid-tier movies lately. That's where I've been just like shit that's like fine. 5 out of 10. Like I just watched 47 Meters Down.
I've seen it.
Sick. It's like the 5 out of 10 is like awesome.
Yeah.
If you're just tired.
Yeah.
Put on like a 5 out of 10 movie. It'll be kind of interesting. It'll wrap up in a way that's fine. And then you'll be like, that was entertaining.
There's this one movie I saw that like gave me that effect. I was like, whoa, I need to just watch this. And it was like Hidden Fortress.
Oh yeah.
By, I can't pronounce his name, by Yakuzawa.
Kurosawa.
Yeah. And it was really good. And then, I looked into it and it was like, oh, this movie, George Lucas, took this movie and made Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
And then I watched it again and I saw it. I was like, holy shit, this is Star Wars. Yeah. I was amazed by that. I was like, whoa, this is so cool. And then in that moment watching that was when like the filmmaking brain went off and then like just the fan went on. And I was like, that's sick.
Kurosawa,
I like that.
He did this movie called Dreams in the 90s.
I wanted to watch, no, not yet.
It's unreal. It's so good. It's like, he just like wrote down his dreams for like a year or something and then filmed them.
That's
like,
sick.
So like they don't always have like an ending. Usually like tops like 20 minutes and it's just like little vignettes and they're so fucking cool.
That's sweet.
They're so rad. Like they're like gorgeous and some of them are like really sad and they're like, they're all whack. Like the first one's like this kid, like his mom's like, go outside and play in this like beautiful Japanese village. And he's like in the woods. And then he sees like a fox wedding, which is like this big parade of people in like fox masks and stuff doing this like weird dance. Yeah. And then they see him, and then he goes back to his mom, but she locks him out. She's like, "You're not allowed to see the fox wedding. If you see it, you have to not look." He's like, "Well, what the fuck?" She's like, "You have to go back and apologize to the foxes." And then he does, and then it ends.
That almost sounds like Spirited Away vibes.
The Japanese people make very like they can either make like the most like grotesque shit on the planet, or like super peaceful movies. Yeah,
definitely, 100%. Yeah. Are you into anime? Do you like anime?
I don't know anything about anime.
You don't fuck with anime? Can I tell you look like someone that likes anime?
What is it about me?
You just look like I just think you look like someone that has watched at least like One Piece.
No, I want to. All I hear is that it's cool, but I just never. Well, One Piece, that's the one that's like a million episodes.
Yeah, that's like super long. Yeah.
I keep hearing it's cool, but what puts me off is it's like I'm never gonna.
Yeah, you're never gonna finish it.
I can't. No. Even if it shows like 4 seasons, I'm like, I'm probably not gonna finish it.
Yeah, that's the thing. My favorite anime is Fullmetal Alchemist. I even have like a tattoo for it. That's how much I like it.
I've heard of that one too.
Yeah. Full Metal Alchemist is the best anime to get into if you are not sure about anime.
I like the movies. I like anime movies.
Oh, like the live action? Or
like Akira.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
I've seen Ghost in the Shell.
Okay, nice.
And I like that.
Yeah.
But the shows I just don't.
I liked Akira. That was pretty sick.
Mm-hmm.
It was very gross.
And it's cool that he hand drew all that.
Oh shit, I didn't know that. That's fucking wild. Yeah.
Insane.
Well, I think who did that?
Oh
god. But I know like Ghibli, like the guy who does like Spirited Away, those guys. Yeah, Miyazaki. I know he thinks he did this documentary where like he called like anime now disgusting because it should be drawn.
Oh,
you know, it shouldn't be it shouldn't be like computer generated. But it's like I think that's such an because if we have the technology to make art easier and more accessible, like that should be used. Yeah. You know, like why not use it? You know.
That's like Tarantino. He's like a film purist.
Oh, really?
Yeah, all of this shit is only on film. And there was an interview where someone asked, because Roger Deakins is like one of the most famous, like one of the most celebrated cinematographers of all time. And someone asked him, Roger Deakins was like adopting digital cameras. Yeah. And someone asked Quentin Tarantino, they're like, what do you think of that? And he was like, he just doesn't want to take the time to light a scene. Well, I don't know if you can say that.
You still have to light a scene with digital.
And also he's like, probably the greatest guy to ever do it.
Yeah.
Like I would probably.
Yeah.
Probably has a reason for it.
I honestly think like with technology getting better, it should be praised because like there's a lot of people that can't make movies because of that. Yeah. They can't make art because they're like held back by like not having like talent, like raw talent. Yeah. And like it's fine if you have some kind of computer to help you with that. You know, there should be obviously like divisions and like things in place that like hold back like stealing or cheating. Sure. You know, like for example, like Adobe Premiere, that's cutting movies. You're cutting movies and like you like that's beautiful and that's amazing because like I don't want to sit in a room that's hot cutting film. Yeah. Like that sounds terrible. Yeah. You know, like I don't know if you ever done that. Like did you do film?
No. I like hearing and like learning about the process is like fuck that.
Yeah, like that sounds fucking terrible.
I already hate doing it on the computer.
Really?
I hate it.
Oh man.
If I can offload it, every time.
Editing's like one of my like things I like. I just put on like gaming music and then I just edit. Or I listen to Chrome Boys. It's like sometimes I put my headphones on like editing. I'm like and I'm like I need a break. And then I'll just hear some randomness. I'm like yes.
That's what we aim for is to be a second monitor style podcast.
Yeah, it does really well because I find that like I don't have to pay attention, but like once I start paying attention, I'm like back into it. I don't need to like rewind. Like, what did I miss? Yeah. You know, like it's just like a nice. It's like I have like two friends like just like talking with me and being in the room with me when I want them to. Yeah. You know, and I like that.
Friends on demand.
Yeah, exactly. Friends on demand. Yeah. So like, congrats. I like that. I got that vibe. It's good. It's good stuff.
I just never organize my files. Yeah. And I'm lazy. Mm-hmm. And then that makes editing hard. And then I'm like, fuck this.
I wrote a code for my computer where like it'll make the folders for me and make new projects. And it'll make a new editing project in Premiere. Oh, so I just like start it. Oh, damn. Yeah. So I just have to name the files because I find that's the most tedious thing is where you have to make like a footage folder, an audio folder. Yeah. Because like, if you haven't, I don't know, listeners, if you haven't made a movie, like the most crucial thing you need is like organization. Yeah. You need that. You can't be like, I'll make it in the moment. You won't. It'll be shit. It'll be a hard time. You'll give up. Mm-hmm. So like you have to be organized. So like I wrote this code that just makes my folders for me. Like my audio, music, everything for me. So I just don't have to do that, then I just have to name everything.
That's it.
And like what I do is like, cause Judy, my first laptop, I don't know, it's just easier to put in footage to her because my second laptop I have to like get an SD card reader and I have to plug it in, like that's already too much. I know that sounds like it's not a lot, but it's fucking a lot. Yeah, and so then, I just plug in my SD card into Judy and then I just like, put it in like an Adobe folder that like syncs to both computers. Oh, yeah, and then I just name on one. Yeah. And then I just like copy and paste onto the other from that folder onto the folders that have already been made by the code. Yeah. And then boom, done. Yeah. Yeah, just fast. Blah, 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 blah.
That's handy.
Yeah. That's it. And like I do it every day. Like I film almost every day and I process footage every day. So like now it's it used to be the way it's like, I hate this part. Like it's so fucking stupid. But now it just became easier because I have that little code. Like, yeah. I kind of like seeing it because it sounds like Judy's like actually talking to me. So it's like, what's your project called? I'm like, on a memento, and then it's kind of sick. Yeah.
I like it a lot. That's a smart move.
Yeah.
You're doing it every day.
Yeah. Well, the guy who taught me how to film, Patrick Crossman, he used to be a comic in Edmonton. He does coding, and so I was like talking to him about like that, like it's hard to process footage, and then he's like, well, have you looked up ways to like make editing faster? And then I was like looking up like how to edit faster, and I found this guy who works for this big YouTube channel, and then he was talking about like coding. I was like, you can code for Adobe Premiere, and then Patrick like showed me how, and I was like, oh shit, then I wrote my own code.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so sick. I've never coded.
It's honestly I can't do it again.
No.
Like it's completely out of my brain.
Yeah.
I would have to like relearn it, because if you're not doing it every day, you're gonna forget it.
Yeah.
Because it's another language.
Yeah.
It's like a French or Spanish. Like you have to use it, otherwise it's gone.
That's like me with working on my car. I learned what the tutorial says.
Yeah.
And then I do it, and then I forget what I did.
Oh man, I get that.
Oh, okay.
That's funny because that's me in After Effects.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it's almost like once I get into the groove, I know where things are, but I completely forget how to put it together.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to like make this like a little intro. You know how like in movies, like it'll show like the Paramount thing, where before the movie the Paramount building goes up and da da da. Yeah. I'm trying to do that with Judy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to make that. And so as I was making that, I was like, I know where all the tools are, but like, how do I make a rectangle? And then like I felt dumb. I was like, rectangle Adobe, and then it showed me like a second. I was like, oh yeah, da da da, and I just did it really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what's wrong with the car?
Oh, everything all the time.
What kind is it?
It's a 2005 Toyota Corolla.
You can't like. Are you? Do you feel something for the car? Have you named it?
I've never named it.
Oh man.
No, it's got probably almost 1 million kilometers on it. So just like probably once a month.
Yeah.
Something new is going on. But it's just never big enough that I should like trash the car.
It's hard getting rid of a car though. You just can't. You can't just get rid of a car.
I can.
Yeah.
And ideally, I swindle someone into buying my piece of shit car.
What's stopping you from getting rid of your car?
Everything's just like it's never like the car is completely grenaded.
Yeah.
It's always like it's such a manageable problem that it's like it's worth it to fix it.
Yeah.
But it's very frequent.
Yeah.
It's always something new.
Have you gone into a fender bender before?
A bunch of times, but that's why I always drive like hoopies. So whenever like someone like hits my car, I'm like, it's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've never like filed an insurance claim. I've been like rear-ended and like had guys like backing into me a bunch of times. I'm just like, man.
How long have you had a driver's for?
Since I was like 18.
Oh, okay. I just got my driver's like last year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so I've been driving like less than a year, and I got into my first fender bender, and I was so scared. Yeah, like
Was it bad?
No, it wasn't bad at all. Like I got barely any damage, and but like just I don't know, in my head because I was a new driver, I was like, man, they're gonna take my license away. I didn't know. It was just like, just call your insurance and let they take care of that.
I haven't been in one in a while, but I'm praying I get in one soon because I want to sue somebody.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Get some money.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to
You should have told me because I had Cliff. I could have like ran into you.
Ugh.
We could have done a thing where like Cliff like went into reverse by accident on the hill and just like you were at the end.
We'll just put like all you got to do is buy like a pallet of bricks, put them in the trunk of your car.
Yeah.
And then put one on the gas and drive the car into anything you want and say, oh, brick got dislodged, landed on the gas.
Someone put a brake in my gas pedal.
I don't know what the fuck. I wasn't even in the car.
Yeah.
And I think about it like that, or like pushing my car into a river all the time. And just be like, it got stolen. Stolen. Can I have the not even $8, it's probably $560 is my insurance.
Did I tell you what happened to my car? Did I give you the log? Because I didn't get into LA.
Right. I knew that.
Yeah, I didn't get into LA because they saw my recovery books and they were like,
that's fucking crazy. Man.
Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah.
That's nuts.
Because they were just out, and also they saw my joke books. So like my joke books were like detailing like drug stories.
Yeah.
And then I think it's kind of funny that like the American government like saw my joke books and they're like, you're not funny. And then they like send me back. They're like, we're gonna save this kid from
Did they read through them?
Yeah, they looked through them. Yeah. They looked through them.
At the border?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They looked through them and then they went and they saw like my recovery book. So like I couldn't like lie about it.
Yeah.
Because if I lied about it, I could have got banned. Right now I just have like, I just need a waiver And I'm pretty sure I can fly there. I just can't go through the border. I don't know. Yeah. It's weird. But what happened was, they saw my recovery books, and then they saw my joke books, and then that's admitting to doing cocaine. And so then, I just couldn't go in, and I thought that was dumb. And the cop was nice. He's like, yeah, it's stupid, but it's just the law. And I was like, yeah, okay.
If you admit to having ever done cocaine,
like you can't, you can't do it. You can't admit, even if because here's the thing. I told them that it's been 3 years and I'm sober now. They're like, you still admitted to doing it. And I'm like, what? I don't know. I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to stop some kind of drug cartel, but it's not me.
Also, it's way too late.
Yeah.
It's what are you trying to stop now?
Yeah.
Half the country has an opiate addiction.
Yeah.
It's way too late.
And so I got turned around, and then I was lucky though. It's actually a good thing I didn't get into LA, because the next day in Edson, my car broke down. Yeah. So the fucking transmission, there's a gauge on the back that it moves your fucking clutch up and down.
Oh yeah.
Your gear or whatever, I don't know.
Sure.
And then, that thing got fucked during my trip. So then, and then that just happened. So now, Cliff, the car, it doesn't know, I guess it doesn't know, how fast I'm going.
Ooh.
It doesn't understand now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll just randomly stall.
Cool.
Yeah, and so then I had to get rid of it. So I gave it to a junkyard. I got $550 from it.
Yeah.
And then it turned out that junkyard the next day tried to sell it on Facebook. Yeah. They're like, nothing's wrong with this car mechanically. It runs like a dream. It has some dents. And then I reported it, and then my friend reported it, and we're like, this car has so many mechanical problems.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh yeah.
And the thing is, it's I know they didn't fix it the next day.
They didn't fix it. They didn't actually touch it.
Yeah.
They didn't do anything.
It looks exactly the same.
I used to be a car buyer for a dealership.
Oh yeah?
The shit people would try is astounding.
Yeah.
That's why little secret for any of you who might sell your car to a car dealership, when you pass me the keys and I take it for a drive, I'm bagging the shit out of your car.
Really? They do that?
They tell you to.
Oh my god.
It's not like a leisurely cruise. It's pin it to 160, fucking slam the brakes, ram the gearbox, check everything. Drive it like a maniac. And if it's bad, if they gave you a lemon and tried to sell it, they're like, something up.
Oh my god.
So I heard this one story about this guy, he was doing a trade-in, and he was being a real prick, and he was asking for too much money for his car.
Yeah.
And so I guess one of the salesmen had his keys, and while he was off talking to someone else, they took his keys and they just fucking whipped him at the taillight and put a nice big chip in it. That'll happen all the time.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Yeah.
They're malicious.
It's cool.
It's cool, but it's insane. It's fucking crazy. But that's how life goes. Welcome to capitalism.
Cars are one of the biggest places to one of the biggest opportunities for ripping someone off.
Yeah.
I did it myself with my first car.
Oh really?
I bought it for $2,500, grenaded it, drove it a maniac, ruined it. Had a head gasket leak, which was a huge problem that I couldn't fix on my own. And so when I was 20, I sold it to a 16-year-old and his dad. I literally ignored the dad and I talked to the 16-year-old and I was like, this car will get you chicks. It was a Honda Prelude.
Because you knew.
Well, yeah,
you knew what he wanted.
Yeah, it was a Honda Prelude for a 16-year-old was pretty sporty.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. It was manual, so it was and I had a cool shift knob on it. And I was like, buddy, this thing pulls chicks like nothing else.
Yeah.
And he was like, really? I swear to God. And then
he's you're like, look at me.
I was like, the only reason I'm selling this is because I need more room for chicks.
or I have too many chicks.
Yeah. And then he was like, okay, I'm gonna go talk to my dad. And then they left. And then 20 minutes later, he was like, all right, we'll come pick it up. And I was like, hey, you're gonna need a tow truck. It doesn't drive.
Oh.
And they were like, okay. And I was like, it's easy though. You can fix it in a weekend. Not a big deal. And it was ruined.
That's crazy.
I sold it for more than
so crazy.
Yeah.
But they tried selling Cliff for $48,000.
$48,000?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, $4,800.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, $4,800. I bought it for $4,000. It's not worth anything now. I'm sure, you can fix it, but it took too long.
Yeah.
Because they don't make Suzukis anymore. It's a Suzuki Grand Vitara. Yeah.
Damn.
So like the part that they needed was going to take like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And then like it's just not worth it because like altogether it was like 1,500. And I know like old cars, once something breaks, then like everything starts breaking. It's like a domino effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because everything's already like worn.
Yeah.
And
but
if one thing goes out of sync, then you're like fucking up.
But the thing was, it's like the thing that fucked it up was like I was in Calgary and my belt was fucked up, so I get a new belt. But then they tightened the belt, and then with a tight belt, I drove from Calgary all the way to Vancouver.
Oh shit!
Up those hills and shit,
Ooh.
and that's what fucked up the gauge.
That'll do it.
Yeah, that's what fucked it up. Because I remember I was like going up this fucking mountain, and I was like going like 130. And I pressed on the pedal. I was like, why am I not like shifting gears? And I like pressed on the pedal and I felt like it hit the floor and it still wasn't going. I was like, man, this is a fucking big hill. But I was like, that was the moment that the gauge fucked up.
Yeah.
I knew that. But luckily I got home. Cause like if that thing stalled on my way back, that would have sucked.
It's fun to just bag a car.
It is. Honestly, I'm really happy that it got me home and also I'm really happy that I got some money from it.
Oh yeah.
Because like, I've heard stories where people have their first car and like they like total it, and that would have sucked.
Yeah.
Because like at least it wasn't a headache to get rid of, and I got money to get rid of, and I bought like work clothes for it, and I bought like food for it. So at least like in a sense, like Cliff gave me something. He gave me something he couldn't like physically. But if I see that car on fucking Facebook again,
you're throwing your keys at the taillight.
I'm fucking gonna buy it. I'm gonna be like, listen, I know that car's a piece of shit. I'll give you like $100 for it. Yeah. Give it to me.
And then you sell it $150. Easy money.
I was gonna burn it as like a Viking ritual.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, we can.
Push it in the river.
Oh, actually, we can like use it. Like we can like hit your car with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling everyone's sitting on a pile of gold right now if you have car insurance. Push it in the river, and then say it was stolen.
Yeah.
Because that's what your minimum insurance is for.
If you want, I can steal your car.
Throw a Molotov at it.
Yeah.
From like the roof of your apartment. Like, it could have come from anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, my car's on fire.
And then you can like do the whole like, I saw this Mexican like fucking grabbing it.
Yeah. I fantasize about totaling my car every day.
Yeah.
Getting an insurance payout.
Does your girlfriend, is she girlfright or your wife?
Girlfriend.
Okay.
I say wife online because it's funny.
Oh.
I like to joke about having a biker wife that is rough with me.
I like that. My favorite thing is talking to parents.
Yeah.
And like having a conversation about kids.
Yeah.
And like, I'm like, yeah, I'm a dad too. They're like, you're a dad? Oh my god. I'm like, yeah, I've been dad for like 7 years. They're like, that's amazing. And like, we'll have like a 2-minute conversation about like parenthood.
Yeah.
And they're like, what's your kid called? I'm like, Boots. And they're like, what? I'm like, Boots. And they're like, that's a nickname? I'm like, no, that's his name. And then like, they're like, can I see a picture? And I show them that, like a cat. And they're like, oh, it's a fucking cat. I'm like, yeah, it's a cat.
It is. He's cool. He's a cool cat.
Yeah, he just sits there, hangs out.
He chills.
Yeah, he's a nice cat. The thing is, like, he's just very tutorial. He doesn't trust people.
That's fair.
Yeah, but like he trusts, like, me and his mother are the only people that he'll let like pick him up and like kind of rough him up.
Yeah.
Like if I see him and he's like chewing on something, I'll like grab his head and like stick my fingers in his mouth and pull it out.
Yeah.
You know? But like if anyone else did that, he'd kill them.
Yeah.
He would like literally like fucking attack them.
That's fair.
Yeah.
My
so
cat's like that too.
Yeah. He likes you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like I didn't like want him. I didn't want to buy, like I wasn't looking for a cat.
That happens in fatherhood though. Like they just like come into your life.
Yeah, it just happens.
Oh wait, real quick. You know what else my favorite thing in the world?
What?
My friend Patrick, he has a kid, and my favorite thing in the world is to give him parenting advice.
Yeah.
When he's having like hard times.
That would be fun.
Yeah, when he's like, oh man, I'm really tired. I was like with Ernest for like the whole day. I'm like, oh man, Boots, like that happened to him. What I do is I just chase him. I chase him and play with him, and like he likes to be chased all around. Yeah. And I like giving him like belly rubs and riling him up, and then he just runs around the house. And then he sleeps. He's done for the whole day. And then he's like, thanks, I'll try that. I'm like, no worries.
He probably works with kids too.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
Chase him.
But I like the idea of like someone having a hard time with a person that they can't just ignore. Yeah. And then me coming along being like, you should try this.
It's all applicable.
Yeah.
It's all the same.
Yeah.
Cats are very, they're like vibe readers. That's my theory. Is like cats like, because I think like people's pets are like the biggest reflection of like how they are.
Yeah.
When they're alone. Like, my favorite thing is when you see someone out in public with like a total maniac dog, or like just some like crazy dog, and they're like, I don't know why he's like this. It's like because your house is like crazy.
Yeah, it's probably you. You're the crazy one.
You don't have like a peaceful home.
Yeah, because like where else are you gonna learn? Where is he gonna learn that?
Yeah. Like, like the same thing with cats, like or like any pet. Like if someone has like a total psycho, because like they're wild.
Yeah.
They're like weird and like if it's like hyper and crazy and it's like or just like biting like when you go to like a dog park and some dog is off leash and just like being a menace. It's like you don't have like he's not just like that.
Yeah.
They reflect you. Like they reflect the person.
Of course.
That they're around all day.
It's like a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
honestly, I love my cat more than any other parent.
Yeah. And you should.
Yeah. I do. He's very good. Like obviously, like he's not like my actual son because like he's half black, but I love him.
You could learn to love you as his biological father.
But your cat, you didn't want it?
No, I wasn't like looking to get a cat, and then in the middle of last winter, I like opened the door to my place, and a cat ran in.
No way.
And I was like, oh, well, I was like, I don't really want a cat. But then I was like, it's also winter.
That's
nice. Like, what am I gonna do? Like kick him out into the cold again?
Yeah.
And so he just like lived with me over the winter, and then I was like, nah, I kind of like him.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. They grow on you.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They grow on you, and like cats are very like chill. They don't eat a lot,
yeah.
you know, and like you can. Like leave them alone. Like you can't ignore them. They'll be okay. Yeah. But like dogs, you can't.
Yeah,
dogs will like that's how dogs get like aggressive and shit.
Yeah.
Because if you don't play with them, they get fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like if I don't play with Boots, he's okay.
Yeah,
like, he'll be fine.
They'll figure it out. They have like means of like I know my cat like gets up to shit when I'm not there.
Oh, 100%. Boots, he fucking jumped on this bookshelf and that was crazy. I don't even know how he jumped. He can't jump on this coffee table, but he jumped on this thing.
See, he wants you to think he can't jump on that coffee table. So that when he does jump on that shelf, he wants it to be like you never even think he would jump on that. They're smart.
I think you're right. I think he was like, he wants me to like worry about him, like I wasn't paying attention. Yeah. And so he jumped on the shelf and he's like, look dad, look at this crazy dangerous thing I'm doing.
Yeah.
Cause I was like, oh my god, are you stuck? Like, that's my first thought. I was like, you can't jump on this side, you fat piece of shit.
Yeah. Cats are smart, man. They like, my girlfriend's cat is like fat.
Oh, that's cute.
It is cute, but she's also like, and she wants you to think she's like not agile.
Yeah.
And as soon as you put like a snack on the high
shelf,
she can make the jump.
That's why though, because then she knows that people won't like she'll put like, she'll put food there, and she'll jump at it.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah. Like,
so you have two cats?
I have one and my girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah. They met once and it didn't go well.
So you don't live with your girlfriend?
No.
Oh, okay.
She's legally blind. So before she like moves out, we want to get like a guide dog and stuff. So she's like.
Are you being serious?
Yes.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was. It's because you're like, we're both comics, so like I'm waiting for like the gaslighting. I'm just like, are you busy? Okay. Cool.
So she's on a wait list right now for guide dogs and stuff.
Yeah. But, okay.
And also just like being downtown.
Yeah, of course. What does she do?
She's in school right now.
Oh, for what?
Psychology.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
She wants to do like social work and stuff.
Sick, that's sweet.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, she's really good at it.
Do you ever like make jokes that she's blind on stage yet?
I'm working on it.
Yeah. Like you can say something like, "I don't know what she sees in me."
Well, my go-to is every time she's like, "You look really good today." Like, you don't even fucking know that.
I like that. Like, how would you know?
Okay.
And then she's like, I don't know, and she like feels your clothes, like she's like, it just feels good on you. I'm like, shut up.
She's not like she can see.
Yeah.
It's just like she can't have a driver's license right now.
Oh, okay. How'd you guys meet?
Friend of a friend.
Okay.
Like you guys are both R-worded.
You can say that.
Meet. Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
You guys are both retarded.
Yeah.
You guys should hang out.
I didn't. Like, the thing is, like, I don't get about that. It's like I didn't say it.
It's true.
Do you know what I mean?
It's true.
Like when people, I get cancel culture, but at the same time, it's just don't say it. Like why are you like don't be a piece of shit or own it. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
If you say something malicious or fucked up, either own it or don't say it.
I love seeing all the we're like every like celebrity has done blackface basically.
Yeah.
And then it's like a matter of time before like you find it of someone.
Yeah, we're doing blackface right now.
But right now, I don't.
Yours looks great.
Thank you. I don't record a podcast out of blackface.
Yeah, well, it really like sets in the mood.
Every episode of Chrome Boys is done in blackface.
I can tell.
Yeah.
By the tone.
Yeah.
It's really good.
That's how we stay grounded.
Perspective.
Yeah, it keeps us worldly.
But I had a friend who like, she's like, I want to do like content, like and she had like a really cute cat.
Yeah.
And I was like, as a joke, you should like, put your cat, what was it? Okay, yeah, she had OnlyFans. And I was like, you should put your cat, like give your cat a whip. And then like just like take a picture of her and then Photoshop that like beside you as a joke.
That would be fun.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And then she's like, I don't know, that's really close to bestiality. I'm like, don't fuck the cat.
Yeah, as long as you don't have sex
What
with
do you
the cat,
mean?
you're fine.
Don't fuck the cat.
You can goof around with your cat all you want.
Yeah.
Don't fuck
it. Like, what do you mean?
It's very simple, actually.
You know?
As long as you don't fuck the
and
cat.
like, sometimes I have friends that be like, I want to do things, but I'm scared that if you get canceled. Like, don't say shit then. What do you say on a regular basis that like you're scared about? Like, what do you mean?
There's like it's pretty like clear no-nos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't
like,
fuck your cat.
Yeah.
There's a couple words you're not supposed to say.
Yeah.
And then there's a couple things you're not supposed to do.
Yeah. Just don't do those things. And like, what boggles my mind is like, are you doing those things? Like, there are the odd time where like someone gets like a huge wave of hate for like kind of just being weird. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like sometimes you read the headline and it's like, who's like a sex pest? And it's like, they're just weird.
Yeah.
Like what they're doing isn't illegal. It is weird, but it's not like, they're just like probably like socially misaligned in some way.
Yeah.
You know, like
there was that one guy that was kind of like that, I think. Like he did something really fucked up, but like he was also mentally not there. So it's like, who's that guy? Christian?
Dude.
Do you know who that is? Yeah. Christian. Because like he violated his mother, right?
Sex with his
Yeah. Which is fucked up.
Yeah.
Which is 100% fucked up. But at the same time, it's like, he's also not there. But that doesn't excuse what he did, obviously.
No.
But that's obviously like, I don't know, it's like that line in Whiplash, where he's like, if you give a retard a calculator, he's gonna turn on the TV.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like, that whole like story of Christian is so, it's literally, to me, it's like one of the most fascinating stories on the planet.
It's crazy. That's a person. Cause what fascinates me is like, that's a person. Like that wasn't like, that's not a character. Cause like you see, people online and you're like, is this real or not? Like you don't know. Cause sometimes I'm on TikTok and I see these people like doing wolf shit. Like where they do the alpha, they do the stuff. Yeah. And I'm like, these aren't real people. These aren't real. No, they're not.
Those are the realest people. That's who, like, that's most people. It's like those crazy people you see on TikTok. There's like a small percentage of them that are brave enough to like post.
Yeah.
And basically everybody has some weird, embarrassing thing they do.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's what I like. That's the one thing I'm like grateful to TikTok for.
Yeah.
Is that it's like kind of helping everybody realize it's like, oh no, everyone is like insane and embarrassing. Everybody has some like weird thing that they're like way into.
Yeah.
I have friends, it's like, you just can't bring up like Warhammer around them. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone has something that like, you know, when you get out of the shower, you pretend you're in your like Warhammer armor. Whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know what my weird thing is.
You won't even realize it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's because you haven't posted it, right?
That's the thing. I don't know what it is. I think it's being attracted to, almost like sexy animals.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Or like animations. Like sexy animations, sexy animals. I think that's my weird thing.
Like,
that I think it's weird. I think it's my weird thing because I don't think it's weird for me to feel this way.
Are you like a furry?
I think I'm borderline. Cause like, okay, first, motherfucker!
Yeah.
I'm gonna close that door. God damn it. We saw it all over again.
This is interesting.
Yeah, so like, so for example, like, you know, like, the dragon from Shrek? She was kind of attractive, you know what I mean? Like the way they drew her, the face, I don't know.
I gotta look this,
Yeah,
I just remember being a dragon.
Yeah.
Was it hot?
Kinda hot. The way they drew her, I don't know.
Dragon.
Look, I'll show you what I mean though. I'll show you what I mean. So you understand. Hot reptiles. Hot reptiles.
Sexy reptiles.
I'm gonna show you so you understand. No, not actual, like,
Like, you're not looking at, like, an iguana.
Yeah, they showed me iguana. They're like, look. I'm like, no. Oh, my God.
Whoa. They're selling the Shrek dragon. You can get a body pillow of the Shrek dragon.
I already have it.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, this was posted on Etsy by Arturo331. That makes sense.
Okay, for example, like look at this dragon. Look at that. Right?
Okay.
That's a hot looking dragon.
Sure, yeah.
And so like,
it's got boobs.
Yeah. Or, there's that, have you seen Tuca and Birdie? The animation?
Birdie. Yeah,
I'll show you. Tuca and Birdie.
Are they hot?
They're too hot. Let me show you. Look, they don't have to make her like that. Do you know what I mean? Why is she so thick?
She looks like a female slow pitch player. She got that body type.
Yeah, so like but why though? Why did they make her that thick? Do you know what I mean? Like I don't understand. Like look at those thighs.
I think it's like a fun move. They've been doing that since fucking The Little Mermaid. I remember being a kid and being like, why is she wearing a bra? Even as like a 6-year-old, I was like, just get a shirt.
I never thought of that. But that's the thing. It's like that thing goes in my head where like it doesn't happen with like people, like animated people. I never like
nothing.
Yeah, I never like oh.
But a dragon is like
yeah. I think like this one for a sec. I think about it. I think it's because like obviously like a person would be sexualized.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm like, well, yeah, that makes sense. So like I'm so numb from it.
Yeah.
You know, but like when I see a hot animal, I'm like, why is it so hot? And then like it moves into this weird like curiosity. I'm like, why is she so hot? Yeah. I think because it hits a curiosity thing of it.
I mean, honestly, I think this is more like I'm happy you said this and not like I find Rick from Rick and Morty sexy. That's I'd be like, whoa.
You know, or like something weird like Summer because she's like 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be.
I think is
because that's a grown bird.
It's an adult bird.
That's an adult bird.
That's a toucan, right?
Yeah.
Like they want to improve.
Yeah. I have a picture. You want? Just kidding.
Okay.
Could you imagine? But yeah. So like I think that's my weird thing where like it's a curiosity weird thing like almost like it almost goes into fetish where you don't know you have the fetish but like something intrigues you about it. Yeah. You're like, oh, that's interesting. Yeah. I wouldn't mind, you know. Like,
I think as long as everything in moderation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not like on ketamine at a festival unless you're getting like your boy pussy eaten. You know? Everything in moderation.
Yeah. But then like there's the other thing where it's like I think I'd never see like human animation very hot because like well I do sometimes obviously but like I never like see it as much as like animal animation.
Yeah.
I think it's because like I've stopped recently watching porn but like porn has like ruined my life. Where it's like, I've watched so much porn, that like, hotness doesn't really gauge, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
it fucks up your brain.
Super bad.
Yeah, it's fucked up. I'm off porn for like 3 weeks, which I'm fucking proud of. Yeah, but it's fucking hard because like, you see, now that's your expectation. And then like, it's hard too because as a guy, you watch porn growing up you're a kid.
And it's cool.
It's cool.
It's weird and like, there's a cultural like coolness.
Yeah, and also, for me personally, as a dude, it taught me this like they put this pressure on me that I have to be ready like that. My dick has to be hard and going like that. And then that's like I have intimacy problems where like that happens during sex because in my head I'm like, why isn't it working? It should be like this. Go.
Yeah.
You know, because porn, the guy's always ready.
Yeah.
But that doesn't happen in real life.
No.
And it like only these past 3 years of being sober, I've like learned that. Yeah. That like you don't have to be ready like that. No. It's supposed to be like a slow process of sex.
It's like it's whatever like is innate to you.
Yeah.
It's like what is natural.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no like rules to it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's with everything.
Yeah.
There's even like relationships. Like there's like people on TikTok who give like relationship advice, and it's like that's basically like a relationship is just between like you and one other person.
Yeah.
And it's like whatever you guys are comfortable with.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is like totally fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like whatever you set your own boundaries. There's no like person online is like actually you should be doing this. I don't like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't work for me.
I know. I get what you mean. Like porn, like, it sets these rules and expectations and boundaries of, like, it should be like this.
Yeah.
Like, she should be wet, you should be hard, like that. It's like, it doesn't work like that. Because, like, I remember when I was first starting to be sexual.
Yeah.
Oops, excuse me. Oh my god.
Nice.
Thank you. When I first started being sexual, I didn't think it was weird not to do foreplay. Cause like it's, in porn, like the porn I was watching, you don't do foreplay.
Yeah.
Like it's just ready. You just go.
Yeah.
And then, of course, like in porn, like you're not watching really the foreplay. Like I wasn't. I was going straight to the moaning and to the fucking. And then that started this reputation of like, that's how it is. So like when I was having sex, I didn't learn how to do foreplay. I just thought you just put it in. And then of course when like it was hurting for myself and like I didn't understand it very well because like I didn't do sex education because my grandpa was like, that isn't for you, like that's wrong.
Your grandpa was rude.
Yeah. And like that fucked me up even further
you
because
don't have
like,
to worry about that.
I mean, that even fucked me even further because like it put this pressure on me that like I should just know what to do. And then I was watching porn because I didn't have sex ed. Well, that's not why, but I didn't have sex ed, so I was watching porn. So then that's what taught me how to have sex. So that was really bad because like it's unrealistic. Like no guy is ready like that.
No, and that's a lot of people too. Because sex ed is like weird cross diagrams of your like balls.
Yeah,
like,
you know what's fucked up? I didn't know because like I'm not cut.
Right.
That one is. Yeah. I didn't know my foreskin got pulled back until 3 years ago. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a thing.
Damn.
I was never pulling it back. I didn't fucking know. And so I just started doing it and like I thought for the longest time something was wrong with me. Cause of course I'm watching this fucking porn and they don't explain that. And I didn't go to sex ed and I, as a guy, as a dude, there's a lot of expectations and pressure for you to like, just fucking do it.
You're supposed to know.
Yeah, you're supposed to fucking know.
Yeah.
You're supposed to like always be horny, you're always supposed to be ready.
Yeah.
You're supposed to always just like come and like that's it.
Yeah.
So like I was too embarrassed to ask my friends and ask people or like even Google it because I was too scared. You're like, it started this thing where I was like, I don't even want to have sex. You know, I just would rather masturbate and watch porn.
Big anxiety thing.
Yeah. And then like it affected me and it affected me sexually because like I would like about to have sex and then I couldn't get it up because like I wasn't like able to, I couldn't get the anxious feeling off of myself that like it was just supposed to work. And like it wasn't as bad when I was high because obviously I was high.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. But when I would be sober trying to have sex, it would be really hard.
Yeah.
Because like I didn't know what to do. So it was like 3 years ago, I finally understood what my dick was supposed to like do, what was normal, and things like that.
I get that. Like I haven't been sober like nearly as long as you have, but like I'm dealing with that with like everything in life. It's like learning how to actually do things in life. Like sober.
Yeah, it's like even like little things like emotions.
Yeah, just having a bad day.
Yeah.
Being sober is like, wow. It's like the first month was like brutal.
I'm glad you're here though. Good job.
Yeah, thanks.
It's amazing.
It was like, cause you just train your body to like, oh, this is how we deal with it. It's like autonomous.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's like, you don't even think about it. It's like, oh, when I feel bad, I'll just fucking get like blasted.
Yeah.
And it's fine.
Yeah.
And then like the first couple of times you feel bad and you can't, you're like, what am I supposed to do?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, you watch like a movie or something and it's like, well, this doesn't.
Yeah.
This isn't 26 beers.
And I find like as a dude, I'm not trying to like sound like a anti-feminist like podcast, but just like
I am.
I got that tone too. Yeah. But I can only talk from my perspective as a dude. That's why. So like as a dude, I never asked for help because like I got taught to not ask for help as a guy. Yeah, it's gay. Yeah. It's dumb. It's weak. Yeah. You know, cause like I grew up with a grandpa that like, he's like old age, like he's not from this country, he's from like Nicaragua, and like you don't ask for help. Yeah. You don't show emotion. You don't get emotional. Yeah. And like if you have a problem, you figure it out. Yeah. You know?
Gotta deal.
Yeah, you gotta deal with it. And then, that taught me to be like abrasive, aggressive. It taught me to like deal with my emotions like in an aggressive way, in a very, high way, you know? Yeah. Like when I got mad, I would just like fight. That's my thing because my grandpa taught me that's what you do. Yeah. Cause like growing up, when my grandpa had problems with me, he would just like beat me up. Yeah. So then growing up, I'm like, oh, that's what you do. Yeah. You just beat people up. So like growing up, I grew up very like angry and violent and just very just like wrathful and shit. And then it got worse when I was like drinking and doing drugs and fuck shit like that. And then there was a moment where like, I got unhinged because I started being stronger than my grandpa. And then that unhinged me.
Yeah.
Cause like, when you're a guy and the only reason why you're not like going full tilt is because you're scared of someone, the moment you don't have that fear, but you don't have that love or respect for him, like once that's gone, you're fucking unleashed. You're like, boom, boom, done. You just
said that.
Yeah, right?
You just have like a day where you're like, oh, I have like nothing to worry about.
Yeah, like I'm stronger than you. Why am I afraid? And then everything that you want to do, you do it out of spite. Yeah. So I started like drinking more. I started stealing. I started doing all this like crazy shit because out of spite, because I wasn't afraid anymore. Yeah. And like that's the problem with like disciplining your kids like in that kind of sense and like back in the day sense of like hitting them because they grow to respect you out of fear. Yeah. But like once that fear is gone, there's nothing holding them back. Yeah. You know, because like there's love, but only love because they have to love you, but not because they want to. Yeah. Right?
No, for sure.
Yeah.
I think about that a lot. About like, I think family is like I think you can choose your family.
Oh, definitely.
Like there's people you're like related to, but then there's like you can have like your own family. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Like I plenty of people that I'm like blood related to. It's like, truth be told, if you passed away, I would.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, I have a sister and like, things have been distant, but like we're doing better now. And I would say like she's my only like person in my family that I find I'm close to. Yeah. That and we barely talk, but like I feel that I owe her something to like try to visit her, try to be accommodating to her feelings, things like that. Yeah. But everyone else I don't, you know? And it's not that I hate everyone else. It's just like, after everything's said and done, I don't owe anyone else anything anymore. Like, my grandpa, what's happened, and I've moved on from that with my steps and stuff like that. But at the same time, I owe it to myself to put boundaries in place. And I also owe it to my sobriety to know, what I can give and what I can't give. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Like when I don't feel the need to, redefine our relationship anymore because I don't owe him anything. Yeah. You know, like he did what he did and like he took care of me and like I appreciate that. And I'll always like give him that. I'll always be like, I appreciate you, taking care of me. I appreciate you, doing what you needed to do, but I don't owe you anything beyond that.
No. Right? Well, also like the contract when you have a kid is like, keep it alive until it's 18.
Yeah, that's the thing. Cause like, that's the thing too. It's like a lot of times like you have parents like, I took care of you. It's like, you have to though. Like legally you have to.
It's illegal for you to not do that.
Yeah, like you'll go to jail if you don't.
And then what, if you didn't, I would be dead and we wouldn't have this conversation.
Yeah, then what? Right? And like that's the problem with like dealing with kids in that like aggressive sense. Yeah. Because then you start like being emotionless towards them. Yeah. Because like they're emotionless to you. Yeah. Because if you want to talk to them, like for me, my grandpa would talk to me in like that way too, where it's like, I'm taking care of you, I'll put a roof over you, and then I would start to find arguments against that.
Well, once they frame your relationship as like transactional, once they make it like, no, this is like an exchange instead of like I love you, it totally reframes it.
Yeah, because then you go through life reframing your emotions for them. Yeah, you're like, oh, okay, well if you're just doing this, I only have to listen to you because you put a roof over my house. I'm going to get a job and pay for everything else. Yeah, you know, and then like that's what I did, and then that made a sense of like, well, I can do these bad things because I'm paying for it. Yeah. Like, it's fine. Like, I'm paying for the drugs, I'm paying for the booze, like, why do you care?
Yeah, you're not supposed to, you shouldn't make a relationship like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A transactional, I like the way you said that, by the way, that's beautiful.
You shouldn't be that way.
Yeah.
A lot of people, like, a lot of parents especially will do that.
Yeah.
Well, they start, like, breaking down, like, the numbers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like,
like they're a bank.
Yeah, and if you're, like, a young person hearing that, that's, like, really bad.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking.
You think, like,
because you're like, oh, am I just a number to you? Okay, cool.
Yeah, when it's like, well, this is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like, this is how everything is. Like, I had a fucking weird, like, 18, 19, 20, meeting people who were, like, just genuinely kind.
Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah.
And it's like, I don't have to, you're just nice.
Yeah.
And it's not because of anything. Like, I don't have to do anything for you to be nice.
Yeah.
You know, it's weird.
I get that sense, too. It's almost like, I get what you mean because, my chosen family I have now, when they first came into my life, like, for example, like Amanda, when she came into my life, I was like so defensive about it.
Mm.
You know, like I would like not sorry. So I died 3 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And then she came into my life and she was like giving me advice about like addiction and things like that because like she works in that sphere of like workplace, right?
Yeah.
With people with addictions. But at first I didn't trust her because she was being nice just to be nice. And I didn't trust that. I was like, leave me alone. Like, I don't know who you are. Da, da, da. And like, she would ask me if I'm okay, like every day until like it cemented into my skull that like, oh, she loves me. She's my friend. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But that's because like, people who were supposed to love me, like my family, they would only love me out of like, they needed something or they wanted something.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be very like, narcissistic kind of thing. Mm-hmm. You know, like, almost like unconditional love.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is like, it's pretty, unconditional love is very, it sounds nice, but it's very toxic. Cause like you have to love that person no matter what.
Yeah.
And that's not right.
Yeah.
You know?
There is a level of like transactionality to like every relationship.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're both getting something from it, but it first of all, like highlighting the fact that it is transactional shouldn't be something that you do. You know what I mean? Like, if you're at a point in a relationship where you are bringing up that like this is transactional, it's probably gone.
Yeah.
It's probably not, you know, a lot of work. Like there is always a level of like with everyone, like an exchange. You know what I mean? Like even say your friend, you have a friend who also runs the show, he gives you a spot. Like that's your friend, but it's like there's an exchange there.
Yeah.
And like, but as soon as it's like, if you're in an argument and that starts getting like brought up, it's like that, you maybe need to like rethink your relationship with that person.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's such a damage.
That's,
talk to people.
That's, something I'm trying to like do with like Judy right now. Cause like right now, I've decided I'm going to charge people for like photos and like film and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Cause I wasn't doing it for a while and I didn't mind not doing it, but I got like these like really dumb requests.
Yeah.
And then I just like put something in my like, system. I was like, okay, well I'm not getting the respect I want, I guess. So now I'm going to like charge people cause like, it was such a stupid thing. I think you can touch him.
That's okay.
Yeah, you let him smell you first.
Okay.
And then I think he'll let you just rub his noggin. He doesn't like anything else. Oh, he likes you. That's nice.
Hell yeah, I think so.
See, that's the thing. He just has to like sit there and like watch you for a long time.
Yeah.
And then he'll either be like, are you going to hurt me or my dad? If you're not, I'll come say hi.
What's up, man?
He's a nice guy.
He probably smells my cat. It's okay, yeah, you have friends. I'm an ally.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't be sure like you're not going to fuck him up.
Yeah. Not right now.
But like what I was gonna say was, oh yeah, so like I had this fucking guy, he was asking me to film a podcast, and then I was like, what's the podcast about? And then he's like, oh well, we can do anything. I think I want to be like this. I think I want to be like this. And that was the first red flag.
Yeah.
Cause like you've done film, so you know like it has to be a script. Like you have to have an organizational thing.
Yeah. There's a lot of, with anything. Like I've worked a lot of construction as well.
Yeah.
And like literally any project, a lot of people come to you, if you're a person who is responsible for like building the thing.
Yeah.
Like, crafting the thing. A lot of people will come to you with an idea.
Yeah.
And be like, I want that.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, that's like 300 times more work than like, hey, here's the blueprints to my house.
Yeah.
Can you build it?
Yeah.
And you're just like, a lot of people want like they want more labor out of you than they think. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And like the moment he was like, well, I have these ideas and I have these things and maybe we could do this, maybe we could do that. It's like, I saw that. I was like, oh, I'm going to do more work than I need to.
Yeah.
Because if the moment I'm like, well, we can do this, now I'm steering the ship.
Yeah.
Which is fine for my project, but I don't want to do it for your project.
No, yeah.
You tell me what to do because I don't want to think.
That's a nightmare.
Yeah, exactly.
That's tough.
Right? Especially like with someone like I can't go back and forth.
Yeah.
Like if Kevin, cause me and Kevin have been friends for so long, if he was like, hey, come over, I don't know what I want to do, but I have this like small idea. I know I can go over and me and him will just bullshit till we find something. It'll be fun because that's my friend.
Yeah.
But like with someone I don't know, like that's going to be a terrible time.
I'm coming at you with like a job offer. It's like, actually I want you to make my idea, but make it your idea.
Yeah, but make sure you know it's my idea.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck?
I want to put my name on something that you built basically from the ground up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And so, so then he was like, yeah, we can do this. I'm like, well, this is what's wrong with it. Like, this is what's like bad with the idea. Like, you need to like come up with an actual idea and then come back and tell me. And then like he hangs up, calls me back, and then he's like, oh, hey, this is the idea. And I'm like, okay, cool. That sounds like a lot of work. Cause he wanted to do this podcast. And then, he's like, oh no, like I was going to pay you. I'm like, oh, well, how much are you going to pay me? He's like, well, I was going to get you some food. I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to, cause he wanted to do a podcast. And I know how long podcasts take to make. Like, this is my second podcast.
Yeah.
And this is like the easiest form of it.
Yeah.
But I know it's going to take at least like 1 to 3 hours to film a podcast.
Yeah.
Right? And so he's like, oh no, it's going to take 50 minutes. I'm like, motherfucker, don't tell me how long it's going to take. I know how long it's going to take. And so that was like the second like strike. Cause like I don't like when people try to like, not trick me, but like make me feel like it's not going to take so long.
A lot of people are very exploitive.
Yeah. Cause like it puts me in a sense of working in a kitchen where like, you have 30 orders, but you have to make like a béarnaise really quick, and then the chef's like, go do it, it'll only take 3 minutes. It's like, no, it won't. Yeah. I know how long a béarnaise takes to make. It'll take like 5-8 minutes, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it's a lot on a line.
Yeah.
That's the stressful. So I hate that shit. And then like, the last thing I was like, well, I'll do it, but like maybe like $50. And then he's like, oh, for setting up a tripod? I'm like, motherfucker, that's not what that is. And then that was the moment something cracked, and I was like, I need to start charging people.
Yeah.
Like actual like hourly wage.
Yeah.
Cause this is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
You know?
I think if you're good at anything, you should treat it like a trade.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're good at, if you have a skill that people like want. Whoa, what up, dude?
Hello. I'm gonna pick you up though.
If you have a skill that people want,
I love you.
You just gotta treat it like a job, you know? Like you gotta get up and like make the donuts.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's because like I wasn't very uncomfortable with the idea of asking people for money, but at the same time we're not really asking people for money. They want something. Money. Yeah, they want something. I'm like, well, I didn't plan on doing something today, but okay, yeah. But like, how much are you going to give me?
It's your time. And
yeah.
You're like, that's the most valuable thing on the planet is your time.
Yeah, that's so true.
You know what I mean? Like, it's more valuable than like money. It's like, time.
Cause like right now I'm working on like 2 films and I have like flails, so like it's really hard for someone to be like, it's hard for me for someone to be like, hey, can you do this thing? I'm like, man, it's like 2 hours of something I could be editing or filming or just like enjoying my day. Yeah. So I don't have to like be in that office and just sit there looking at something. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Like, that's the hardest part. So like, yeah, now I'm gonna like charge people and stuff like that. Good. And I got some gigs and that's cool. And like now it makes me feel like, I think I needed that like kind of push from the universe. Yeah. Cause now it feels like I'm actually going towards where I need to be. Which is like film. Like that's what I want to do. Yeah. Like I do it, but I want to do it professionally. Yeah. Like work on sets, things like that.
The only difference is money.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? That's the only difference.
As soon as you make money from doing it, you do it professionally.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing.
A lot of, like I see that a lot in like Instagram bios too. It's like aspiring comedians who do comedy. Yeah. If you're like aspiring photographers, you fucking take pictures. Like and you're doing it. Yeah. You're doing the thing. It doesn't matter if it's good. It's like, you can at least say that you do that. You know what I mean? Yeah. The quality is whatever. Because
there's a lot of like filmmakers that get paid that don't do a good job.
Ass.
Yeah.
Ass.
Yeah. Because like
a lot in this city too that are ass. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's like I'm not going to say they're not a filmmaker. Yeah. They made a film.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just a filmmaker, right? Yeah. And that's the other thing. It's like. If you want to do by those rules, like no one's a filmmaker because no one I know is shooting with film. No one's cutting fucking film. Not actually.
165,000 just to buy reels and film.
Yeah, no one's fucking doing that. Everyone's doing digital, so you're not actually a filmmaker.
And with like how accessible it all is, all that means is that there's just like less excuses.
You know? Yeah, that's the thing.
If it's like that movie, you ever see the movie Tangerine?
Yeah. Oh my god, that was so good.
It's all on iPhone.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't do it. Yeah. There is really like no excuse. Like,
no.
Even like the short films that like I've worked on and stuff. There's always like they're not perfect and like what I changed like looking back on like what I did, what I picked. Yeah, obviously. Yeah. But it's like at the end of the day, like that's a project under your belt that you've like signed and completed and done. Yeah. And it's like
because the worst thing you could do is have a project and not finish it. Or not do it because you don't know how.
That happens all the time. Yeah. Because like people get so caught up in like perfectionism, which is like you don't have like a standard, and then anything above that is good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because I think every project you do should be a stepping stone, not your like last moment, like your fucking like your symphony. You know?
And as long as you're learning.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You know?
Because I think Patrick told me about this, but I think it was Scorsese. He said that everything you do in the past you should hate.
Yeah.
Like everything you look back at, you should like not like.
Yeah.
You know, that shows you're a better film, you're a filmmaker.
With everything you do.
Yeah, and that's true. Like I find that too, where I'm proud of things, but I look back, I'm like, oh, it looks like shit. Like I can do a better job now, which means internally like, I'm learning things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's good. Like,
yeah.
If you fucking do like baseboards in houses, you should look back at the ones you did 4 years ago and be like,
yeah, I can do better.
Yeah.
And that's fucking growth. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But like I find people are afraid of like trying and failing. It's like don't post it then. Like, just try it for yourself. Like just do it.
Just do it.
You know? Like yeah, like I make things all the time and like sometimes I'm like, man, this is shit, but it's like at least I did it, like it's fine.
I'm not proud of every episode of the podcast I've done.
You should be.
Some of the stuff. Most of them are bad. But it's like I can at least look back at the ones from like a year ago or like 9 months ago and be like, no. As much as I have a problem or whatever with the new ones or whatever I'm like neurotic about that day.
Yeah.
I can say they are getting better. Like no matter what, like there is.
Yeah, I've been watching them from the bottom all the way up.
Kyle did the opposite, and he said it's like, I was like, it just gets worse.
Well, yeah.
He was like, yeah, I started with the newest and went to the oldest. And I was like, yeah, it's just going to get worse.
Yeah, yeah. I like the thumbnails. I think they're fun.
Those are huge work. He's a master.
Yeah. I find they're like, they're almost, how would I describe when I was looking at them? They're one of those things where like you never forget, but also like you could forget it.
Yeah.
Like I never, if you look at your entire catalog, like playlist, I never know which ones I just watched because they all look so different, but all the same at the same time.
Yeah.
But then like if I saw them just like right there, like by itself, I'm like, oh hey, you know, you just know the style.
Yeah.
So I enjoy that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We've been talking for an hour. I don't know if you have somewhere to be.
I do have to go.
Yeah. No worries. This has been fun.
This was blast. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for being on. This has been cool.
Of course.
Yeah.
This was fun.
Yeah.
Getting real deep.
Yeah, it was. I like that we went from like exploding people with cars all the way to like parenthood. Yeah. But that's what the podcast is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be like candid, like actual conversations with people.
Hell yeah, dude.
You never know where it goes. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Cool. I just say bye to the podcast. Bye.
Bye.